Hello and welcome one more week to Corporate Cat. This week I'm gonna show you how to influence your team based on the work of a great old master from the ancient Greeks, Aristotle, and his rhetoric. This is extremely useful because it's some techniques that they're being used on a daily basis against all of us by politicians and leaders of all sorts. And now I want you to get these foundations, these principles, and start investigating and use them to make other people follow you. Okay, with no further ado, this is Corporate Cat. My name is Borja Marin. Let's go for it. The principles I want to show you today are the Ethos, Pathos, and LOGOS. Those three are the models that Aristotle used in his rhetoric work to show people how to influence them. Those are the three stones that are tapped by all sorts of leaders, as I mentioned before, to influence you. Now, what is everything of these things? Let's start with the ethos. The ethos is the authority on the person that is trying to influence. So, for example, who am I for you to want to listen my video? Who am I if I was a politician? Who am I? Why should I follow a politician? If you're a leader, you're a manager, why your team should follow you? Who are you? This taps into the figure of authority that you are. So what are your characteristics, how you present yourself? This is your ethos, the way that you are presenting to your audience and why your audience should follow you instead of somebody else. I will give you more examples later in the video. The second pillar of this is the pathos. Pathos is the emotional connection, is what in the speech connects with you in an emotional level. So, for example, this is very clear to see in politicians nowadays. Politicians tap a lot more into the pathos than in the logos. I will tell you what is the logos later. But they tap a lot in the pathos, meaning that they will try to touch your feelings whenever they're speaking. Why you should follow a politician? Normally it's not because of some data. It's because you're afraid of something or they project some kind of optimism, stuff like this, right? Now, what is the logos? The logos, the last pillar of this triangle of influence, call it whatever. And the logos is the logical part. It's appealing to the logical arguments to try to convince you of something. So these are the data, whatever objective data that will present to try to convince you to something. Now, let me give you an example of how I could introduce myself to you using these three elements and on why I'm trying to convince you why you should watch my videos, okay? So, first of all, my name is Borja Marin, and I am a service delivery manager with a proven track record of success for many years. Here, before that, I was an operation manager, and before that, a team leader. I have managed more than 200 people in a large-scale operation. Here you can see comments of the people that work with me, my managers or my clients, on my capabilities. I want to thank you very much being here watching this video because as I understand, you are a person that strives for perfection like I was all my life. I didn't have things easy. I have to change my career in the middle of my life. I used to be a primary school teacher. I moved to another country and I start from zero. When I start my journey in the corporative world, I started in a low-level, entry, low-pay position. And from that, without having any network or support, I worked very hard to learn the business, learn everything you need to know about leadership, working late, taking additional tasks. getting rejected many times in many interviews. So I reached the state I am now, and I'm very glad because I can share now all this knowledge with you. Among my achievements, I would like to highlight some of them. That is, I was able in my previous company to save to my client $1.8 million in the yearly exercise of 2023, thanks to my attention to detail and financial acumen. As well, due to my ability to engage people of the team, I reduced attrition of my project from 15 to 5%. So, you see, this is a very short introduction how I've been using Ethos, Pathos, Logos, and a combination of some of them to introduce myself to you. There's something similar you will need to do if you want your team to follow you in an organic and natural way. So why your team should follow you? You personally, you. What are your skills? Connect with them. Tap to this emotion of them. Make them feel that you have a story behind. You are not just an entity. You have a story that can connect with feelings. And what are your achievements, like in numbers, in data? For the last part of this video, I would like to go with a quick analysis of two very important and influential figures of our times. And I have chosen Barack Obama and Donald Trump, that I think that are two absolute geniuses of communication in two different styles. And I really advise you to go and see some of the videos and identify the ethos, pathos, and logos on each one. You will see, for example, Barack Obama, his ethos is constructed on his education. He studied law, and all his ethos, all this trust is built on his high education and background. Okay? His pathos is always tapping to the optimism, the change, it's going into that direction. You see, whenever he's speaking, it's talking about new things, new opportunities. It's trying to use inclusive language to get more people around him. And the logos, if you see, his proposals are always supported by a lot of data. For example, when he wanted to create this Obama healthcare system. When it comes to Donald Trump, you will see that the ethos, pathos, and logos are totally different. The ethos of Donald Trump is based on his experience and success as a businessman. So basically what he's trying to say is like, since he's been very successful as a businessman and he's very wealthy, he can do the same with the country. He is very direct, so he relies on his authenticity to tap into people. The pathos of Donald Trump taps a lot into the fears. He's basically using the us against them, the fear of the others, the fears of the other political party, and how bad can it come if the enemy or the opponent will get to power. The logos of Donald Trump consist in simplifying data to make it a lot more digestible for the masses. So it's easy to understand. As you can see, these elements can be used in 100 ways, and I totally recommend you to look for speeches of great communicators like mention Barack Obama, Donald Trump, but you can go with Steve Jobs, whoever is doing a TED Talk, and see what are their ethos, their pathos, and their logos, and use it for you whenever you are trying to influence somebody, meaning like your team, or you want to sell something, you want to sell an idea why your friend should pick your option for the vacation this year. You can use it anywhere actually. So I think that this is it for today. Thank you very much for being here till the end of the video. If you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe, leave in your comment if you like this content, if you have any idea of how to improve this content. As well, follow me on my socials if you want more content like that. Thank you very much for being one more week here, and see you. Bye.